Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm
You
gonna go.
ready?
Yep. Yo, what's up, guys?
Oh,
Today I got just going over my Sunday watch list for the futures week ahead, which is November 2nd to November 7th, first trading week of November. Just gonna go over the key levels that I am watching for this week and what I plan on doing in and around these levels. So first off, we start just hop over to the monthly time frame. Remove. I forget how to do this. There we go. Monthly time frame. October closed strong as an ox on rising volume there. So that keep that in mind. Hop over to the weekly. Weekly, a bit of a different story. We do have this kind of top wick on the weekly, which can spell a little bit of downside, but I'll go over kind of what we're watching on lower time frames in a little bit. Daily time frame, not really much to go off here. We did reclaim this, 25,490 last week when we gapped up, which was all these inside bars. That's what we were watching before. And then now is where it gets a little bit more interesting. We'll hop down to lower time frame. Start with the 4 hour. 4 hour. This is exactly what I was going over earlier with you, Kyle. We are kind of stuck in between this 4 hour higher low at 25,850 and this 4 hour lower high at 25,850 and higher low. I'm fucking retarded. 20 higher low at 25,850 and lower high at 26,275. So here the main two levels to watch is a reclaim of this 26,275. If we reclaim that, it is longs back into all-time highs at 26,400 and beyond. That would kind of just look a little bit like this, a little bit of consolidation, pop, maybe a little bit of reject, reclaim, retest, and then all-time highs and beyond. Um, Other case scenario, which I am hoping for as a downside trader, I am hoping that we reject somewhere before that 275 level, and we say we pop up, reject like this 200, go down, bounce off 850, lose 850. That is the best short entry there. And then what I am watching for a demand bounce is the top of this gap fill at 25,700. I do believe that's probably the best bullish setup aside from a 26,275 reclaim. An initial bounce here at this 25,700 level looks great, 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 great for longs. But ultimately, the best watch for that gap fill would be if we come down, bounce off 700, go up, reject off 850, lose 700, retest, and then we go for that gap fill move. That's one of those moves where if your prop firm allows you to take 10 minis, you take 10 minis and you just fucking send it. Next, we'll hop over to ES. I actually just redrew my levels on ES not too long ago. ES is a different chart than NQ for one major reason. ES on Friday filled that weak opening gap from last Sunday. That is why I think ES, in my opinion, is actually a little bit more bullish than NQ because this gap fill could just be another like 4 hour higher low for a move back into all-time highs. So kind of ES kind of has the same watch as NQ, except I'm a little bit more interested in this upside here. Now, if we get over and we reclaim this like 6,900, 6,920, reclaim, retest, easy move back into all-time highs and beyond. ES, same thing with NQ. If we lose this 26,840, which is that gap fill, get a little bounce, retest, and then we can look for a move back into this previous all-time highs at that's about 6,800, in and about there. And that's what I'm watching on the NQ and ES chart. I do think that ES, now looking at it, is a little bit more bullish, which does concern me a little bit for NQ. Right now, NQ did just form a nice little higher low intraday here and reclaim this 26. Yeah, NQ looks pretty good long right now. But that's what I'm watching for NQ and ES. I will just go over a couple of the big individual names Apple, following its earnings report, is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Has that huge wick, kind of failed its earnings, and now it's down here. This 265 looks good, but overall it's just structuring higher. High, that just drew a random line. High, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Maybe a potential higher low here, and then for a move back into highs. Let's watch Amazon, which was a huge tanker after its earnings report. Holy smokes! Um, Amazon, and like the reason why I go over individuals, even though I only really trade futures, is because of stuff like this. Like you got to look at these individual names and you get an idea of what the entire market's doing. Why is NQ ripping? NQ is ripping because almost every single beta name, aside from Meta, reported a good earnings. Amazon 242 bounce. That's it. Higher we get a higher low 242. Oh, what the hell? Higher low 242. That's it. Amazon as bullish can possibly get. Last one I'll go over that had earnings. Meta, different chart, completely different chart. Meta is a dead horse. Holy shit. Meta's down 15%. Oh my god. Meta big levels to the downside here. I can't even do it on the hourly. Got to go on the 4 hours because we're so dead. 634. Got this previous resistance, 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 flip support. That's a big demand over there. And then we obviously got this big demand here at like 620 area. And then for a reject, this 690. Look at this. Previous resistance, or sorry, previous support, 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 support. If that flips into resistance, Meta will be dead. But overall, most beta names are extremely bullish. If we look at Nvidia as well, Nvidia broke all-time highs, is now above 200, which if you don't know, Nvidia stock split in the middle of last year. So if it never split, Nvidia would be at over $2,000 per share, which is pretty crazy. Nvidia 195 pullback for longs. Obviously, that's just your top watch, but you know, I keep asking myself, why is NQ ripping? Why does it keep ripping? And then I go over some beta names, and I remember exactly why NQ is ripping so hard. But yeah, a little bit shorter today, but that is my watch list, and happy trading, and trade safe, everybody. Peace.